Hello, and thank you for joining us today to see how you make farls. Before we get into the demo for farls, let's talk about the history and what farls actually are. Farls are Scottish oat cakes. When forming the farls, you start off with a circle oat cake, but when you cut the oat cake into 4 sections, those sections are now called farls. Farls is derived from the Old Scottish word fardell, which translates to a quarter. It has been said that the oat cake is Scotland's national bread. This flatbread has been around since the 14th century and has been seen in every household. They used oats instead of flours because oats could withstand the harsh temperature of the Highlands. Traditionally, farls were cooked on an open fire with a griddle, but more modern farls are cooked in an oven. The texture of oat cakes can vary from rough to fine depending on how the oats are ground. You can have farls for any time of the day and with virtually any condiment. Many people eat farls with cheese, but you can also have it with honey or jam. The farls we will be demoing for you today are the Highland oat cakes. These are generally made from fine oatmeal, fat, and boiling water. Before you start any cooking or baking project, you are going to want to make sure you start off with a clean workspace. Once you find a clean area to work, you are going to want to mise en place. Mise en place means everything in its place, so gather all your ingredients and tools you will be needing to make your farls. Next, you are going to start scaling your ingredients according to your recipe. Today we will be needing 325 grams of oat flour. Flour is the structure of your dough, so it is the ingredient that you will be scaling the most of. Since oat flour is gluten-free, you will not be needing to check for gluten development. Next, you will need 9 grams of salt. Salt is added for flavor. Normally when working with bread, salt would be added not only for flavor, but to help slow down chemical reactions in the dough, as well as slow down fermentation rate when working with yeast. Next, you will need to scale out 12 grams of melted butter. Butter is normally used for moisture as well as flavor. Lastly, we will be scaling out 454 grams of water. This is the water that you're going to boil. You might not need all the 454 grams, but make sure you keep the extra aside just in case your dough is not hydrated enough. Water is used to hydrate the dough and make it come together into one cohesive dough ball. Now, let's bake. Once all your ingredients are scaled, go ahead and mix your salt and your oat flour together and just mix until incorporated. Once you mix the salt and oat flour, go ahead and boil your water.
Once the butter is melted and the water is boiling, pour about half of the water into the separate bowl and mix the butter in. Add your oat and salt mixture. We start off with half because we do not want to add as much water and have a gooey mess. Start to mix the liquid into the flour, adding more water as you go. Once all the flour is moistened and you can form a ball without it crumbling, start to prepare your work surface. surface to prevent the dough from sticking to the surface. Form a ball and gently flatten it to the table. While keeping it flat with your hands, you still have a 6-inch circle. Once the oat cake is flattened, take a bench scraper and cut the oat cake into 4 equal parts. Those are your farls.
Set aside first set of farls and repeat step with second dough ball or more if you decide to make smaller farls. To a preheated pan and cook until golden brown on the bottom. When the bottom is golden brown, transfer to a sheet pan and place in a 350-degree oven and bake for about 1 minute. This is to dry on the top. Flip the farls and bake for about another minute. This is to ensure that the cake is fully cooked. Serve warm with your choice of condiment. If you want to save it for later, make sure it's completely cooled before storing it in an airtight container. To the farls being a denser flatbread, being served by themselves left the mouthfeel very bland and dry. To enhance the mouthfeel, I would pair it with red sauce or jelly or jam. Overall, I thoroughly enjoyed the farls. Although it was a denser flatbread than what I'm used to, it was not terrible. Once we added marinara and butter, it definitely tasted better.